Alright, so welcome everybody to Shogun Gaming and Shadow Tactics Aikos Choice, the DLC or the expansion, however you want to call it. It's actually a standalone expansion to the game, so you do not need to purchase the first one in order to play it. But if you haven't played the first one, suffice to say this is gonna be a rough ride for you. It's kinda tough to dive right into. In any case, let's go right ahead and start a new game then.
It has been some time since last we met. Perhaps you do not remember it all. Tales of the samurai Mugen and his companions protecting the Shogun's peace. Do not worry. I will tell you all you must know and leave the rest to shadows. Let us start with introductions. I am Aiko, adept kunoichi of the Sakura School, a skillful spy and a master of disguises. Some time ago, Mugen approached me. He wanted my help, and I joined him gladly. A conspiracy was threatening our shogun, its leader only known as Kage-sama. Soon our group numbered 5 in total, counting myself. Mugen, the mighty samurai and our leader. Fierce in battle and loyal without question, he owned not only the shogun's trust, but my heart as well. Hayato of Iga, the proud but skillful shinobi. He and Mugen had saved each other during the siege of Osaka and had become trusted friends over the years to follow. Yuki, the thief, clever and capable beyond her years. Hayato stumbled on her during a mission on the Nakasendo, and her wild talent soon earned her a place in the group.
Stick and stab.
Takuma, the wise marksman, old but never broken. Another veteran of Osaka, he had been presumed dead until Mugen and I found him imprisoned by Kage-sama's allies. And let's not forget Kuma, of course, Takuma's loyal pet companion. Together, our group set out to dismantle Kage-sama's allies. We uncovered the schemes of Lord Yabu, who was forging weapons in secret to aid his master. We joined the campaign against General Okoto, who swept the country with terror and destruction, and brought him to justice. Step by step, we cornered Kage-sama, deprived him of support. Finally, we learned of the hidden encampment where he resided. Preparing for the journey, we gathered in our safe house in Nagoya. However, as we prepared to leave for this final mission, a new threat came to intercept us. An enemy most sly, a shadow from my very own past. This is a tale few have heard, a story I kept secret, an unknown chapter in the legend of the Blades of the Shogun. It appears I have arrived early. Very well. Nothing to do but pass the time until the others arrive.
Alright, and so the game sets us loose here in this little introductory sequence. It's just a bit of exploration, nothing really serious.
Armor. He keeps it here so he can remain incognito, as if anyone could mistake him for another.
Like you have to search 3 separate items, something, this pile, and maybe the map or something. In any case, you guys already probably know the first game, so I'm not gonna go into too much depth explaining things and whatnot. I will try my best just to give you a quick explanation whenever something is being used for the first time, but apart from that, I'm gonna keep the game flowing, I guess. In any case, let's get through this introductory sequence.
Supplies. We best pack well. The road to Kage-sama's hideout is long. Wouldn't want Hayato-san to complain about the food.
You can see the objectives we have by pressing B or opening the mission log here. So right now I have to inspect the shelves and then the map table and we'll be done.
Trinkets, baubles. Some of Yuki-chan and Takuma-san's gadgets. The two have really taken to each other since we defeated Okoto.
A little tidbit about every member of our team, I guess. In any case, let's get the team back together by progressing the story this way.
Phew. It gets more exhausting by the day. To think I could ever be so careless. None of them suspected. Mugen least of all. Perhaps that is how it should remain.
Ah, Aiko-san. I'm glad to see you here safely.
Likewise, Mugen-san.
Is something wrong, my love? You look a bit unwell.
It is nothing. Do not worry about me.
Very good.
Have the others arrived yet?
They are waiting outside. Shall we fetch them?
I would like nothing more.
So, this is it, huh?
Yes, we will finally meet our enemy face to face.
Will we all be together on this one?
Indeed, Yuki-chan. That is, if Takuma-san feels ready.
No need to worry about me, Mugen.
Very good. Everyone, listen here. A toast. To the Shogun and his trusted blades. May we bring an end to Kage-sama. Kanpai!
Kanpai!
Kampai!
Kampai?
Kampai!
Kanpai, I guess.
Kanpai! Please, do continue. Your little plans are so fascinating to me.
You?
What is the meaning of this? Who are you?
An excellent question. Would you mind telling him, Aiko-chan?
She is the Lady Chiyo, former head of the Sakura clan, my sensei.
You haven't forgotten. How delightful.
I assume you have not come to offer aid.
I fear not, Aiko-chan. Quite the contrary, in fact. Kage-sama has had enough of your interference. I was sent to deal with you. It's disappointing, really. Finding you here was no challenge at all.
Spare us the ridicule and get on with it.
Oh, you will get your turn, samurai. But first, Takuma and Yuki, am I correct? You will come with us.
What? No!
Yuki-chan, easy.
Over here, if you would be so kind. The rest of you are slated for execution, I'm afraid. Farewell, Aiko-chan. I wish our reunion could have been more pleasant.
As do I, sensei.
Ah, the classic scene where the bad guy is just a bit too proud to execute us, I guess. His first and probably last mistake as well. In any case, now we're getting to the nitty-gritty of the game. This little introductory sequence has you faced with these three straw hats. I'm gonna press shift to enter shadow mode here. You can do that. There's two things you can kind of do to end this. The easy way would be to just take Mugen, use his sword wind attack, which allows you to attack three enemies, well, actually multiple enemies, however this circle can fit, to be honest, at the same time. There's an objective associated with it not doing it this way, so you could, for example, take AIKO'S gun, aim at somebody, then take Hayato's-san and aim at this guy, and then take
This is good.
Mugen obviously and aim at this guy and execute at the same time. That is one way of doing it. The other one is using swordwind, just to show you the objective being completed.
Last shot.
Reloading.
Close one.
I'm doing it this way.
We should get out of here. Fast.
She toys with us. Surely the house is surrounded.
In that case, let us take the secret exit.
The secret exit being obviously highlighted by this thing here. You can access it by using anybody. And off we go.
Knew this would come in handy.
Hush. We are not safe yet.
So, your men have not come out. Your incompetence is quite astonishing. Surely they are already dead. Now, if I were in your place, I'd search the entire city until I found them. Remember, if Kage-sama can't have their heads, he will make do with yours.
She's pretty proud for somebody who let us go just yet. Any case.
What is her plan? Where is she taking them?
No chance of telling them now. We better improvise.
We should eavesdrop on her men, see if we can learn more.
Agreed. Let's get to it, and fast.
Alright, so first objective, eavesdrop on these guys. As you can see, all the mechanics of this game are borrowed from the main game. So essentially, if you played the first one, you don't need any tutorials whatsoever. Just for those who are new though, I'm gonna read a few of them. Welcome back, yes, glad to be back. Most important information, the mission log by pressing B, checking the tooltips if you hover over icons. I always save with F5, but also do not only use F5 to quick save, use the regular saves as well, else you're gonna be kinda screwed at some point.
Exit. If we had gone out the front door,
Lady Chiyo would be sending Kage-sama our heads.
move like water.
Alright, next tutorial. Some characters can climb, others can't. In our current party, Hayato, the blue guy, and Aiko, the purple lady here, they can climb. The other guy though, Mugen, the orange guy, he cannot do that. He's, well, kinda big, let's put it politely, so he cannot do what the other two can. You can leap off rooftops to make immediate assassinations. And for the aforementioned two characters, you can also walk across ledges, all kinds of them, like ropes and whatnot. Ladders obviously accessible by anybody. And this is what I was talking about, Mugen cannot do a thing. He is very powerful, he can deal with multiple enemies and samurais on his own, but other than that, he's not very mobile. Alright, let's keep going. Let's put this ladder down maybe.
Go.
One of these days.
You can jump down if you want to be fast.
Down from the rooftops.
With your armor, I don't think technique will make a difference.
Nice. Subtle blows there dealt by Hayato to Mugen. In any case, you can go down the slow way by pressing on the ladder itself, or you can click kind of at the base of it, just to go down faster. Right-click an enemy to see his view cone. This guy is not being watched by anybody right now, but in case you're not sure, you can control right-click, hold it, and then you place a marker. If somebody sees that, you're gonna see a dotted line, like for example, you can see dotted lines appearing whenever somebody is watching that spot. In this case, it isn't though. So we can just go ahead and kill him. You can run very close to the enemies, don't worry about it.
Only the Shogun's trusted spies knew of this hideout.
Unfortunately for us, Lady Chiyo was once the Shogun's most trusted spy.
All characters can do a melee attack, obviously they're all kind of samurais. Keep in mind, all these keyboard shortcuts are like on the same line. You should have your left hand placed on these keys, A, S, D, F, G, if you want to be very quick about it. Hayato can kill also from a distance by using his shuriken. Mugen can kill everybody plus samurais, right? And he can also kill multiple enemies by using his middle skill, you're gonna see. Aiko is kind of the weakest character, but if you get her a uniform, she can disguise and distract enemies. That's probably her best ability in this game.
What now? Done the well, maybe?
Yuki-chan found that route, if I remember correctly.
Clever girl. Not afraid to crawl through the mud to keep hidden.
This is why this game is kind of a bit more rough for newcomers compared to the first game, to the main game. Like the main game eases you in, this game doesn't. For example, you get immediately two soldiers overwatching each other. I'm gonna show you a nice little trick. You do not even need two players to get this fight. Most players would distract this guy with one of our samurais and kill the other guy with a different samurai. What I like to do, if I do not need a second party, I just do it with one. I'm gonna cue this action here. So when I press enter, he's gonna throw a stone. This guy will look towards the stone. And then I will just jump immediately down onto this guy. Alright, so let's execute this action now.
Quiet. I'm going in.
And if you're fast enough, well, you can see you do not need to be really that fast at all. Like this guy cannot see us. And also he's searching at the bushes. This is a nice teaching moment. If he's searching at the bushes, you see this striped green area means he can only see you if you are up, not if you're ducked down. So you can essentially just approach him, even throw a shuriken in his face maybe.
Hayato-san.
Easy peasy.
You should really learn how to use these.
Perhaps you can educate me later.
I'm going in.
Remember to retrieve the shuriken. Common mistake. Let's use this, see this tutorial as well. Special enemies. Oh yes, the straw hats. The straw hats are special because they do not move. Like, if you throw a distraction, any kind of distraction, they will not follow it to its source. And even if you throw a rock, they will turn to watch at it, but for a very brief time compared to regular enemies. So I'm gonna bring up Mugen maybe here, try to lure this guy over to this area. Alright, now that Mugen is here, I'm gonna go ahead and throw a sake maybe here.
You didn't leave your sake behind.
This bottle has been...
This guy will probably see it when he comes back.
Let's hope it still brings us luck.
I'm trying to find an area where nobody else can overlook this guy. And the good thing with sake, pay attention to this, once he sees a sake, he doesn't swing the vision left and right anymore, so they are very easy to take out. Once they're focused on booze, I guess.
Patience.
Universal distractor, this one is.
Duty.
I will not fail.
By the way, do not always hide the bodies. Maybe you'll need to reserve a body outside of hiding it in case you want to attract enemies, like put a body inside their vision to do that. If you put a body inside the bushes, it will disappear forever, so be careful of that. Right, now we need to get somebody up here. So that means obviously this guy needs to go. This guy is being watched by that guy. So we need to distract this guy. I'm thinking I'm gonna bring Hayato over on this ledge right there on the rooftops and distract this guy with a stone maybe. Alright, so I have brought Hayato on this rooftop. I'm gonna queue an action, make this guy turn around this way maybe for just a little while. And at the same time, once he starts turning around, I'm gonna use Aiko here to knife this guy.
Easily hidden.
Done, my love.
And the good thing about Aiko,
One of many things Lady Chiyo taught us at Hamagake.
Elegance in all things, yes?
That was our creed.
look at this. She can drag bodies even inside enemies' vision because she does so crouching. If you were to use Hayato or Mugen, they would carry a body standing and this guy would see them. But one of the advantages of being weak, I guess, surprisingly in this case, is that you do not stand up while carrying a body. In any case, now we have access to the rooftop. And you just need to enter this cycle and remain there for a couple of seconds whilst this bar fills up to listen into the conversation.
Elegant solution.
They must be hiding somewhere.
Interesting.
We should meet up and discuss what we've heard. Let's head up to the rooftops. Better view from there.
Agreed.
Now we need to go over to this rooftop with everybody, and that is usually one of the challenging things. Like getting Aiko and Hayato up there should be easy because they are very mobile, but getting Mugen up there requires definitely a ladder, which you can see is over here. So we need to get somebody else up there first and drop the ladder down, I guess. Let's work our way from this side, which seems to be easier because there's nobody looking over these guys. Just in case you want to have a quick overview of the enemies, press M, and then the map zooms in and you can see the red dots of all the enemies. Alright, so I'm gonna bring Hayato over to this ledge, maybe jump behind this guy. This guy can't see him. This guy can, but as I told you with Hayato, I can do a 1-2 punch, like throw a rock to this guy, knife this guy, and we'll be done. Alright, so we have arrived with Hayato here. Let's drop down. Make sure this guy doesn't see me. I'm gonna go as close as I can to the other guy. Like over here, that should do it. Queue up the stone action behind him, so that we have maximum time to do our misdeeds.
I'm going in. Time for sword work.
Alright, pick up the body immediately. One neat little trick to know. If you want to pick a body immediately, either press Ctrl before hitting somebody, not afterwards, or after you hit him, just hold down Ctrl and press repeatedly on his body while he's dying. That does the trick as well.
I'm going in.
Alright, so these two guys, this guy and this guy, they're too far apart to do the same trick I did with the rock. I'm gonna use two of my samurais to do the task. Let's first get Hayato onto high ground. I'm gonna try to position Hayato very close to this guy so I can throw a rock and distract him maybe.
No way there.
They must be hiding somewhere.
Throw down the ladder here since we are
Move like water.
at the exact spot we need to be.
Quiet.
Now be careful when you drop down, because once you drop down it might be difficult to go back. Like for example, if I drop down now, I don't think there is a way I can go back up this rooftop without passing in front of this guy. So we will have to use this ledge. This is the farthest that you should go. I'm gonna queue an action.
I'm going.
Have the rock here on the ready.
Red leaves.
And then I'm gonna take Aiko.
On my way. It will be done.
Go behind this guy.
Subtlety. The music starts.
Now get close to him and you know it. As soon as I throw the rock, we're gonna execute this guy.
Kandashi. The dance.
And you see this guy turns around and sees us, but because I'm doing this with Aiko, no problem, she is crouched. Alright, before going to this ladder, we have to take care of this guy as well, because he watches this ladder directly. To do that, We just need to get close to these guys. We can kill them at the same time using Mugen. Nobody else, surprisingly, is watching over these guys. Like you can see, this guy can see them. This guy can see them. These guys are all turned around the wrong way. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back again with Aiko once more.
An elegant
And Aiko will provide the element of surprise here. I will use her to throw a flask to these two guys, temporarily blinding them. Like, let's cue up the action here.
The music.
The reason I'm doing this is because this guy always watches this little corner here. Doesn't give me any chance to get on his backside.
I must be vigilant.
Using the flask for Aiko though, that is gonna provide that chance that I need. So I'm gonna bring him as close as I can. Remember, that guy can see us as well, so I shouldn't stand up ideally. And I'm gonna queue up a sword wind. Always try to place the sword wind as close to the edge as you can, so you can hit them very fast. So example, do not place it like this, because then you're gonna have to run to the edge of the circle, and it's gonna take more time, significantly more time than placing it right here. Execute the plan with Aiko and run up to these guys and kill them.
Everybody, find them!
Alright, we don't even need to carry these bodies, I'm just gonna let them there.
Subtle.
Nobody watches the ladder anymore. Let's get everybody up.
There's no need for delay.
Before me, and so
A fine day to face death. My task is
Alright,
clear.
finally let's get everybody up to the same spot so they can regroup and discuss further plans.